Hey guys, so tonight I'm going to be talking about Doordash and three pros and cons about the app. So, Doordash is like any other food app. You pick up the food, then you drop it off to the customer. The customer can rate you a 1 through 5 stars, and you can see if you're happy with the delivery or if you're not, and you can tell why, or you can say why. So, I will give you three pros first. So, to me, at least in my opinion, the first pro is that they give you an upfront pay. You know what you're making. There's no guessing. You're gonna know exactly what you're making plus customer tip for the most part. Because sometimes I've seen in certain markets that it might say, let's say 8.55, and then in parentheses it may say maybe more, which is kind of playing games. DoorDash kind of likes doing that sometimes, but it is what it is. At least in my market, it just tells me upfront the DoorDash pay and the customer tip, and I haven't seen the maybe it could be more. At least not yet. But I've seen a lot of people that have said that they're doing that, and sometimes they do pay you more, but then sometimes they pay you less, and then people keep saying that they're hiding tips again that way, or they're trying to play around, which isn't the best thing. But like I said, in my market at least, I haven't seen any of that, but it's okay. Yeah, but it is really good to know the upfront pay, so you know exactly what you're making, and you don't have to hope for a tip or hope that it's a big offer or anything. You already know what you're making. If it's a big order or not, you're making what it says. Period. So the second thing is DoorDash is partnered with a lot of really good restaurants that are either big chains or really fancy chains. At least from what I've seen in Los Angeles, they're partnered with a lot of really big chains where most of their foods are pretty expensive. It can be, over definitely over $10 for the most part. Of course, they have their fast foods, McDonald's and all that. And then with the card you can pay for Wendy's and all that. But other than that, for the most part, when they are partnered with, you don't have to use a red card. I've seen a lot of places where the totals can be over 50. Most of the time they're over $50, that's for sure, during the dinner time. Even today, I think I saw three of them. One of them was 77, and another was about 85. And then when you get those big orders, that means more likely you're gonna get tipped more. And I did get tipped more. For DoorDash, I got an $11 order, then I got a $12 order, and then I got a $9 order, I believe. So it was really good. Like most of them got big orders, and just the big restaurants are really good too because, like I said, more expensive food means most likely people are gonna tip a little bit more, and then it also depends on your area and what people feel like tipping. To be honest, but for the most part, the big number items or the big total is gonna relate to a bigger tip for the most part. And then the third one is they tell you the total miles up front, what you're gonna drive. So that's from the restaurant to the customer's house. They tell you everything. And with other apps, they won't tell you everything. They'll only tell you, oh, you're going to the restaurant, and then like Uber is just not gonna tell you. At least in my market, how far the customer is. And with the other apps, they do tell you how far it is. They don't tell you the exact miles, but they do tell you where it is, and then you can make an educated guess how far it can be if you know your area very well. But if you do DoorDash, you don't have to worry about that. It'll tell you straight up you're driving 4 miles for $8, and you're driving, a mile to the restaurant and 3 miles to the customer, and that's it. So it just tells you straight up you're gonna drive this much, and then you can make an educated guess if it's convenient to you or if it's worth it to you. But other than that, now I'm gonna say three cons about the app. The first con is they have a lot of low offers, and when I say low offers, I'm talking about $2, $3, $4 offers. Even five isn't too low if it's like a mile, but I usually don't take those only because it can take a little bit long. But the $2, $3, $4 orders, I don't see too many $2 orders, but I see a lot of $3, $4 orders. And then today they tried to send me one for, I think it was $3 and I had to go 5 miles. Like who's gonna take that? Most people won't. Some people will, which I don't tend to agree with or I wouldn't do, but it's their decision. But they have a lot of low offers. For as many big offers that you can wait for, you can wait for a little bit. It might take 15, 10 minutes. That's why I like turning other apps on, but they do have some pretty low offers, and you just have to keep rejecting those. For the most part, once you reject a few of them, they will most likely, they'll give you a better offer next time. And that's what I've learned too, that I don't take the low offers. I really don't. Unless it's super dead where there's nothing going on, or if it's super late where most of the stores are closed, the restaurants are closed, then I might take a $4 order, only if it's a mile or two. More than that, I'm not taking. But me personally, the lowest I'll take, if it's not busy, is $6. If it is busy or if it's dinner time, I'm not going anything under $8. Only because dinner time is when you're gonna make the most money for the most part. So those are my times when I feel like, okay, I can wait for a big order. Like today, I skipped about 3 or 4 orders that were $8, $9, $10 orders, and then I got a couple, not on Doordash but another app. I got a $22 order, then I got $12 order, and then I got an add-on for $13. So it was kind of okay. It was worth it that time because you can wait for those sometimes. During the weekdays, I would say though, it's a little bit harder to get those only because most of the time people won't order as much as the weekend. The weekend, you should definitely hold out for really big offers so you can really make some good money during lunch and dinner time. For the most part, at least in my market, I see dinner time where you make the most money during the weekend. During the weekdays, I don't work lunch most of the time, so I just work dinner, but dinner was really good tonight to me. But yeah, a lot of low offers, and then I don't know. Some people do take like I said, I don't agree with. I don't think it's very profitable, but it is what it is. And then the second one is it can be very slow sometimes. Like if it's not 5 to 8 or 11 to 2, it can be dead, like completely dead. And even after a certain, so what tends to happen is some people have said this in a group me that I'm in, like they tend to cut you off to a dollar amount. So if you made, let's say the first 2 hours that you're scheduled, you made $50. After those 2 hours, they're gonna give you 1 or 2 offers, and they're gonna be very low, or they might not even give you any offers. So it can get very slow, and that's when it's good to multi-app, so you don't get capped out on only just one app. But yeah, you can get capped out, and I felt that before. Today, I went through that with DoorDash, but it was okay. I was multi-apping, so no problem. And then the third con to me is you have to schedule blocks for the most part, and that can be a little bit of a pain only because there's so many dashers that they take a lot of the blocks, and then you can be left out high and dry. And if they do drop something, you have to be on your toes because people will take those blocks very, very quickly. So if you don't have blocks, then there's no way you can work for DoorDash unless it's in a busy area. So for a busy area with DoorDash, it'll be green. When it's not, I'm sorry, red. And when it's not busy, it'll be gray. So red is busy and gray is not busy. So if you're not scheduled and you're in a gray area, you can't dash unless you're a top dasher, which I'm not. So I can't do that. Not anymore, at least. And then when it's red, you can dash because it'll tell you dash now, and then you can set up, they'll give you what time you want to end and stuff like that. But just waiting for that can be a little bit, it just takes too much time. And then, so you have to be really on your toes about scheduling blocks, and that can be a pain sometimes if you're not on it. But for the most part, I am on it, and some people tend to drop some blocks that the area that I do work, so that's always nice. And yeah, that's for the most part, that's it. But yeah, those were the 3 pros and cons for DoorDash, at least to me. So if you guys like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you guys for listening. Okay, bye.